pop-up episode of Noodle It Out with Nikki M. Nikki noticed that there were a lot of people in the Noodle with Nikki WhatsApp group who were dying on Valentine's Day because of relationships and other things that just seem to dominate us addicts living in recovery and not living in recovery's lives. Holidays are hard, so let's jump into this conversation and this pop-up meeting with Nikki as we noodle it out with her through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Noodle It Out with Nikki, a pop-up meeting where we get together today to talk about the spirit of love. I'm grateful you all came out today. And why today? Well, it's Valentine's Day, that big commercial holiday where people who are lonely want to kill themselves. People who go, why me? Why don't I have a lover? And it's like you had a million, but you didn't treat them right? You know those people. Anyway, here, what do we do here? We are in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and we work the 12-step program, and it's open to anyone and everyone seeking a solution. And why are we here? Because human aids don't work for us. I saw my daughter just join. I got a cousin here. This is great. Coming out to celebrate. 13 years ago, I walked into the rooms. Why? My lover wasn't doing what I wanted. And I had to go, and I was beyond human aid. I'd already been to CAMH, Center for Mental Health and Addiction. I'd already gone to every therapist. I've already moved countries. I'm from California. That's where you are, baby girl. Waking up. Morning. Happy Valentine's, Haley. It's my daughter. Okay? I came in here trying to change the world, and guess what? We can't change anybody. We can barely change ourselves. Isn't that the reality? And so we work out of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous because guess what? No Bible works for me. No therapist, no human aid, no science, no pill will take away this soul sickness that's deep in my soul. Okay, we're beyond human aid. Moving from California and coming to Toronto, all of it was right in here. It's deep down inside. So I want to talk about love today. That's what brought us all together. And to celebrate that 13 years ago, I entered these rooms with no solution. And today I help a lot of people out. And today by sponsoring, I help a lot of people out. And then what happens? This energy called love takes care of the rest. See, I can't help my 32-year-old daughter. Remember when I was driving you crazy, controlling, martyring, managing your life? Remember that? Well, I don't do that anymore because that's what my book tells me not to do. We never arrange another person's life. That's on page 120. I don't even think we'll talk about pages today because some of my family and friends are here to celebrate me in my transformation, year 13. And no, it's not an unlucky number. So I'm going to ask everyone to do what our book says. It says to come in here and sweep away all your prejudice. We got to sweep away all our prejudice. We've got to think honestly. Is what your teacher told you true? Is what that stewardess told me when I said, oh, I think the earth is flat? She goes, go look on the screen on the back of your airplane and the seat. It says it's a round earth. Have you dug deep for the truth? Because we've all come in here programmed by our parents, by our society, by our church, by your government. Are you a free thinker? Because we're here to seek love. We're not here to seek anything but love. Hey, friends, no one's looking for God. We're looking for power here. So I want to ask people, do you really know what love is? See, I thought love was, look what I do for you. I thought love was taking control and enabling people. Some of you know my story. My mother loved her husband so much that he blew his brains out in front of her. That's hard talk. It's hard for Haley to hear that, my daughter, that her grandfather did that. That's the grandpa she knew for 25 years of her life. And this is the disease of alcoholism. And it affects the whole entire family. Okay? So stay. Don't love your person to death that they can't walk and you're going to the liquor store and buying them liquor. Don't love your person to death that you think that they need to get every bottle of Prozac out there. I'm depressed. No, you're self-obsessed. Do you really know what love is? Do you really have self-love? Because this is about self-love. Remember, we're asked to sweep away our prejudice. We're asked to think honestly every day. Are you enabling your family and your friends by giving them money? Like, this is radical stuff, everybody. We're killing each other in the rooms, too. Are you enabling yourself by thinking you can help yourself? Because our book says baffling, cunning, all powerful, without help. Life is too much. Life is too much. This is all about love, you guys. This is all about the frequency of love. No one is here coming in these rooms, coming into life, looking for anything but love, isn't it? I can remember when my love addiction started. It started when I was in school, writing on my peachy. Does everybody remember peachies? Some of you are too young to remember peachies. And I'd write, I love Arthur. I love Danny. I love da da da. And then that's when it starts. And then some of you start picking up alcohol, drugs. Some of you start picking up work. Some of you start picking up food. See, if you're like me, you can put down alcohol and drugs because that's not as strong as picking up a person. And it manifests in different ways, everybody, love addiction. Everyone thinks it's the love between two people, sexual love. There's two types of love. There's agape love, which is selfless, sacrificial, unconditional love. It's divine love. This is hard. This is that unconditional love. That's when they say, turn the other cheek, right? Instead of cut a bitch. Sorry, I'm not supposed to swear. This is recording. This is serious, right? Some of you guys know. Some of you guys know how we're plotting weird things to do to those people. Revenge. That's not what this is about. Agape love, selfless, sacrificial, unconditional. When someone says something, not getting crazy, and you know what we do. And then there's phileo love, that brotherly love. I'm not probably saying that right. Brotherly love. In our big book, it says page 153 that we will love thy neighbor as thyself. We will learn to love thy neighbor. Are you loving your neighbor? This is real hard. Some of you know it's real hard for me to love my prime minister. Even though he says he's resigned, he's still there. And I have to love him. Because my book says the people who wrong me are spiritually sick. I don't think my government's being run on love. This is really radical. We're here to talk about love. We got to take love into our workplace. We got to take love into our family. We got to take love into our neighbors, into everything. This is radical because we start getting distracted. Does everyone remember why you're here? Not to receive, to give. This is really serious stuff. Love starts first, literally with God. And some of you don't like that word. Well, love starts with patience. You don't like the word God? Fine. It starts with patience. Starts with responsibility. Some of you don't even make your bed and you're grown adults. Seriously. Some of you guys aren't writing wills and you have children. Seriously, that's love. Love isn't coddling your child, worrying about them. Love is making sure that I have nothing, Nikki. Why would I write a will? You have something. You have something. Write it out. What happens if something happens to you and you don't have a power of attorney? See, that's love, being responsible. That's love. This is serious stuff, you guys. This is about waking up every day and saying that I'm different than everybody else on this planet and I have to do the next right thing and I'm beyond human aid. No pill, no doctor, no amount of therapy, no amount of meetings, no amount of food, no amount of money, no amount of working is going to help me. Are you sitting quietly and asking what this power of love would have you be every day? Let's read a prayer. I just saw my friend Anna Suara join. And I'm going to say God, and it's your own image of God, everybody. Don't get caught up on terms and words. Here, just so you know, I'm an omnist. I'm everything. I believe in every religion, and I take every religion with the value of love, because every religion, every spiritual practice, every native ceremony, every yoga mat, every Nyabingi, if you're a Rasta, is about love. God, please help me forgive everyone for everything. Are you forgiving everyone for everything? These are the pinnacle prayers, and they're written by a guy named Howard W. Are you guys every day forgiving everyone for everything, and everyone forgiving me for everything? Help us all forgive ourselves for everything. Are you self-loathing? Because that's not loving. See, no one's going to love you until you love yourself. This is really radical stuff. Really radical stuff. Are you forgiving yourself? And are you forgiving others? Are you forgiving your government, Nikki, for what happened during COVID? I'm working on it. I'm working on it daily, because I know other people were in fear. I wasn't, and that's okay. And so now I'm just being patient and just watching everything unfold. You guys being patient? God, for me, my family, and my entire lineage, and all of humanity throughout all time. Are you healing yourself for your lineage? Some of you don't have kids. For your nieces, for your nephews, for your cousins, cousins? Are you guys healing yourself for your future grandchildren, your future nieces, your future nephews, your future cousins, for your past, for your grandparents that are dead? This is seriously intergenerational. This is a vibration. We're energy. And if you think this meat suit is where it stops and starts, you haven't dug deep enough into this thing called life. Why do you exist? What is love? Are you asking to help all of humanity throughout all time? All forgive each other. Please forgive each other. Be at peace with each other. Be at peace with ourselves now and forever. I mean, this is serious stuff. If you turn off your news, Nikki, and you stop scrolling your life away, Nikki, the world gets very small. The world gets very small. And then a beautiful flower just appears. Daughter, grandma got those. She's so sweet. See, I have my mom in my house. I have my daughter on this meeting, and myself, 3 generations trying to heal. We have to heal. Everybody, we have to heal. That's where we do this. This is about love. I want to talk about, we're commanded to love, isn't it? That's what we're commanded to do. Not run around and take people hostage, not run around and control other people, not run around and martyr and manage our people around us so they can do and say and be how we need them to be so we're okay. Remember the battle cry? I need you to be okay so I'm okay. See, I have a cousin. I told you she's suffering outside. She's not here. I've invited her here. I got her into service at the Salvation Army cooking for one time. She went out, and everyone thinks she's bipolar. That's fine. I'm going to tell you, my book says Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. My book says she can't differentiate the true from the false. My book says her thinking is her addict life is her only normal thinking. This all centers in your mind. This all centers in your mind, what you think. Haley, I want you to come on here if you can. I'm muting a little bit, maybe when we get up for questions. That's my daughter, but she's seen me visualize things right down to your brother. Remember when I was pregnant and I said, hell will freeze over before I have another girl, and we got a son, your baby brother. Remember, I was like, I'm not having a girl, and God gave me a boy. Remember when I wanted a hot tub? I got a hot tub. Remember when I wanted to go to Luxembourg during the depths of COVID, and my country said you will never get on a plane or fly, and I went first class? See, this is all in your mind. This is all in your mind. Remember when I said I wanted to sponsor? Now I've got a fellowship. There's 800 of us in the Noodle chat. I started with one person sponsoring. Are you sponsoring? Are you sponsoring? I've been here 13 years, and the first 4 years I did nothing. I didn't even know what the big book was. I was just in the rooms feeling things out. And then my sponsor, who created The big book sponsorship workbook guide. Liza, maybe you'll put the monthly meeting in here. And then some of you guys are in Cocaine Anonymous and you're like, Nikki, you're not welcome here. And I'm like, but I snort men and money. I throw out my children for it. You awake? You're not welcome here, Nikki. You're not an alcoholic. No, but I suffer the disease of alcoholism. I have 2 stepfathers who died from this disease. I watch half my family in the depths of insanity. You guys awake? Get armed with the facts. Walk into all rooms armed with the facts. Share this message about love. About this is a lifestyle. This is a way of living. Let's go through some pages that our big book talks about. It talks on page 10. Let's go there if I can find. Some of you don't have a big book, and that's okay. You should get one. I'll get you one. My other cousin who's in so much snow right now. Come down on Sunday. We're going to play euchre for mom. We're going to make her, she likes that. Come down, Donna. Okay, here we go. This is a family meeting. That's what we do. Invite your family into these meetings. Show them what you're about. Tell them. Show them there's a way out of the hole. They don't need to go pop their Prozac, and they certainly don't need to sit in therapy. Show them the way out of the hole when they're eating their life away. Show them the way out of the hole when they're gambling their life away. They have no money and they can't retire. Show them the way out of the hole. Where does it say? Page 10, when I was to look for this all earlier and I was too busy in my hot tub. Is Bill looking? Okay, forget that one. Page 10. I can't find it. My eyes are bad. When he steps off and he was blind and he sees that here it is. I simply had to believe in a spirit of the universe who knew neither time nor limitation. That's not the line I wanted. Page 1118. Let's go there because I know that one. I can find that. Let's talk about where our book talks about love. Liza, maybe you can find that one on page 10 about love. But page 118 says patience, tolerance, understanding, and love are the watchwords. Are you guys using that with your lovers? This is Valentine's Day. Are you patient with the people you love? Really patient? Like not giving back a smart ass comment, Nikki? No, I got to work on that. Are you being tolerant? And, not enforcing your need to be right? Are you being overstanding? Are you understanding what's people's problems? Are you armed with the facts that this person's suffering and why they may be suffering? And love. Are you loving this person whether or not they love you? Are you guys loving people whether or not they love you back? That's radical. Loving people unconditionally whether they love you or not. And if you show these things to people, this is energy. If you show love back, if you show love to people, it will be shown back to you. We're mirror reflections. I'm you, you're me. I'm you, you're me. This is radical. What about the 3rd step prayer? Are you guys in the 3rd step prayer? The power, the love, and the way of life. This is radical. Page 153, we already talked about. Page 28 of our big book. You guys have to sweep away what you've been taught about love and God. Because I thought God was some sky daddy. Some white guy in the sky. That's what they taught me when I was a little girl at Happiness Christian School in Cypress, California. I have to sweep away my prejudice every day. Our book says God's deep down inside of us. Are you guys looking for God in his pants? I used to look, hey, sorry, my daughter's 32. She's on here. She knows. Were you looking for God in some guy's pants, daughter? Were you looking for God in the fridge? Were you looking for God in your bank account? Were you looking for God in your accolades? Validation? Were you looking for God in the Twilight series? Guilty. Guilty. Haley, remember when you were 17 and I was a Twilight mom and I'm like, I need a vampire. I'm Team Edward. If you're listening to this in 2045, just watch those movies. If you're a love addict and a fantasy addict like me, my life should be, I should be. Are you in the great reality? Are you in the great reality? Because if you're on here and some of my friends are like, I'm sober, Nikki, but I'm not free. I stopped drinking. I stopped eating. I've lost the weight. I got the job, because you get things here. You got some money back. You're off the fentanyl. You stop smashing opioids and you're still not free. This is radical. Our book says simple but not easy. A price must be paid. Are you paying the price of self? We're on here for radical love today. I'm going to probably talk for about 10 more minutes, and then let's get some people in for some hands, because we're going to go dive deep and hard. Are you guys literally every day waking up? If you want to do things different, you got to be different. You got to think different. You got to act different. You got to walk different. You got to talk different, because my old belief system is not working for me. If you're in here just to stop drinking, if you're in here to stop sleeping with your mistress, and you can't, true story, but you can get off heroin, but you can't get off her. Drug addicts, getting off people's a lot harder than getting off heroin. Facts. Not that I've done heroin. No, cousin, don't worry. I haven't done it. But trust me, love is a drug. I wanted to play some music today. I need a hair set. I need to move a crew here, but I'm just in my bedroom with my phone, my big book, and some love sharing today, because someone's dying. That's why I came into these rooms 13 years ago, because the person I was loving thought I loved. See, I didn't love this person. I just wanted a warm body next to me so I would feel better. Make sense? Does that make sense? Like, I didn't really love. Do you really love these people, you guys? You can love a person and not be in love. My mom said one time, you can love a person and not like that person. You can like a person and not necessarily love, but I don't think we have to love everybody, because I want to tell you guys, only love is real. Everything else is fake news. Only love is real. Everything else is fake. Go deep on that thought. We're entering a spirit world. We're entering the world of the spirit. We want to vibrate real high. And fear, what's the opposite of love? Is hate or fear, right? And everyone's afraid running around. I watch so much of that fear porn out there, the news. You guys watching it? Some of you guys like other kinds of porn, and that too will kill you, because it's not loving. There's nothing loving about pornography. There's nothing loving about unhealthy food. There's nothing loving about the worship of money and cars and things that don't matter. Because when people are lying on their deathbed, they're not asking for you to bring the Bugatti or the Birkin bag. They just want love. I hope my cousin's still on here. And yesterday I was with 95-year-old Auntie. A lot of you guys know Auntie. And she's a shopaholic, and my cousin Donna and I are power of attorneys for her. And she was a shopaholic because she can't get out anymore. And she loves things. At 96 years old, she doesn't ask for one thing. She doesn't ask, where are her rings? She doesn't ask for, where is her fur coat? She literally just smiles when we walk in. And this is a woman who worships things. And she just smiles just to see her family or anyone walk in that room with her. This is not what this is about, collecting stuff. I worship money. And now I'm telling you guys right now, that doesn't matter, because it all gets provided for you. Look back. We said it the other day when we had the other pop-up meeting the other day. I don't know why. I'm having a lot of pop-up meetings I guess I need them because I need to be in this frequency of love constantly. When have you never gotten what you want? And I said it on the Monday Noodle meeting. Some people you'll see, they have everything you could imagine. Why? They wanted it enough. They wanted the power, the fame, the fortune more than anything. So they get it. They got it. I wanted him more than anything. And so I got it. And it wasn't really what I wanted. You ever get that too? I wanted a daughter. I wanted a son. I got it. Anything you want, you can have if you want it enough. And some of you will say, Nikki, I didn't get a child. And it's like, yeah, but you were too busy blotting out the consciousness of your existence for 40 years on alcohol and drugs. You were too busy chasing the wrong people for 43 years. So no, of course, it's hard to have the things you want. So thank God we're here. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes I'm like, I've never been married. And I look back over my shoulder and thank God I haven't been. I have 2 baby daddies and I picked the right ones. They're good guys. And I didn't pick them. God sent them to me. Now, at the time, remember why I live in Canada, Haley? I was running away from California to get away from your dad, but he's the best. He's the best. God, I always say to you, I really slept with the right guy. And I didn't know that 30 years ago, 32 years ago, 33 years ago. He's the worst. But if you look back over your shoulder, your life is amazing, isn't it? You got to stay here long enough. You got to do this work every day. You've got to be in a vibration of love. That is what the 12-step program is all about. People say, Nikki, you sound like a cult leader. Nikki, your group is like a cult. And I say, yes, we are a cult of love. And we don't have measurement in our group. We're soldiers. We're soldiers of love. I remember I'm a member of the Salvation Army, and my pastor said, yeah, we're soldiers of salvation. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And so I was like, no, I'm a soldier for God. What does that mean? I'm here to be patient, loving, kind, accepting everything. Because today is Valentine's Day. And some of you know the man I love lives in Luxembourg. And I have every ability to sell my house and move and never look back. I've done that before. I've thrown out the people I love for that crap, those ideas. Not that my man's crap, but not being patient enough, and it didn't work out. Are you being patient? Are you working for the things that you really want the most? Liza, come in here and talk to us about agape love, because I couldn't find it in my book. And then let's get some hands up for people who have questions. How about people who have miracles, that want to share some miracles, how they came into the rooms, they wanted to kill themselves. I came in and wanted to kill myself and kill my lover. That's hard for some people, I know, to hear. But when you don't get what you want, even though you have the perfect child, perfect house, a nice family, you got good curly hair, but in your head, you guys know, that's why we see people kill themselves who have it all. They have it all. My sponsor, Cameron, has buried 48 people in this disease, 12 of which have killed themselves sober. Come through, Liza, and tell us about agape love. And people, get your hands up. We can end this meeting whenever. This is just kind of a frequency and a meeting just to get together. People gather together to talk about love, what it means really, because the old love that we used to think was normal love, that's not normal love. That's control, that's martyring, that's managing, that's manipulation, and it leads to murder.
Thank you, Nikki. Hey guys, welcome. Congratulations. You showed up in another day, and it's a moment that exists just for you. That's why you're here, because you were brought here and guided here and had the instinct to come here by something that wasn't even you doing it. How do I know that? Because I'm here and I'm still alive, and that's how this works. We get to live this every day. We get to live this every day. If you're not waking up in this life and being astonished and blown away by the miracles that you see all day, every day, I promise you there's more. Call me, we'll figure it out together, because you're missing something. But nothing is actually missing. It's just the space of what we think in this mind that we are and have to do to have this stuff by a checklist way of existing, or by what we get to do by just following these simple instructions and getting out of the way of what we think we know and how everything around us has to fit into that. I really suck at making that happen. I called myself a people pleaser and all the other wonderful things. It was just total bullshit. None of that's true. Nobody was ever actually pleased, especially me or them. So the delusions of all of that stuff, including what I think love is, right? I love that it's my name because it reminds me every time I think of it. Who am I anyway? Oh, that's what I am. Nothing but love. The space of what we get to do through what love really is, if it's not a verb, if it has conditions, if there's something else attached to it, or it has to look or be or feel a certain way, that's something that finite is creating to make sense of something that's infinite, that is complete nonsense as far as we can grasp it. That's the same thing that God is, by the way. So that deep down inside space, like a lot of people that I work with, we put our hands on our heart and our hands on our deep inside guts and bones belly, where God lives deep inside of us. If you're looking out here for God, you're missing it. It's in here. It's the inside job of it. We already have it indispensably, every ounce and measure of it that we need to live free and know the truth and what love really is, and live that love and see God everywhere. Every one of these boxes is God showing up for me. Every single space of every moment of every day is where God shows up for me, and I get to see it when I'm connected to that. That's what we get to practice and learn here. And it's a practice for our lifetime because it never ends. It's limitless.
Thank you, Liza. And that's what it says in our book. It says it's infinite and it's limitless. Could you co-host me too, please? And I hope my internet is working today. I hope I've been sounding okay. On XXVII of our book, Roman numerals, it says that though we work out our solution on the spiritual plane as well as on an altruistic plane, that means unselfish, no concern for yourself, right? Only thinking of the welfare of others. Are you guys only thinking of the welfare of others? This is radical. That's why most people will not make it. That's why most people are sitting around walking like zombies on this planet, blotting out the consciousness of their existence with I don't even know what. Who's next? Sam, come. Yeah, Sam Habibi, come through.
Hey, this is Sam L, recovering addict. So for me, for the longest time ever during my active addiction, I mixed the idea of love with lust. And these two have been so infused that I cannot differentiate between the true and the false anymore. I'm always seeking to control. I'm the man. You do this, you do that. Manipulate and use these women. And I thought that, oh, why would they hurt me? Why would they think I'm toxic, etc., etc. But at the essence of it, I didn't really love them. I was just using them for my own selfish needs and desires. And coming into these rooms, because I did think about killing myself. I did have a gun up to my head, and I was thinking about, what if I pull that trigger right now? Because of my insane acting out. And I've tried all the ways in human existence in this world to try to get me off of it, and it couldn't. And nothing worked except this, what we have here. This experience that I'm living of giving and following God or my higher power.
What does your daily routine look like then, Hassan? Because I saw you come in dying. I think you worked with Hakmeet, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what happened. Hakmeet took me hostage, sponsor-wise, in Egypt. And now we're waking up Egypt over there, everyone. Build your God squad. So what does your day look like now? What is your thinking? What do your actions look like? So someone on here might be dying. They might be able to use this information because that's what we're sharing here. What does it look like now from a young guy in Egypt who wanted to kill himself and had no way out to being able to function? And you show up. I see you. I see you. We all see your miracle. So tell us, what do we need to do? Like we're a 2-year-old. Explain in 2-year-old talk.
And so from my experience and strengths and hopes. I wake up first thing in the morning. I get on my knees and I pray to God. This is the third step prayer. And I offer myself to God and I really meditate on that. And how would God want me to be today? How can I best serve my loved ones? How can I make up for the harms and the disasters that I've made in the past? How can I help people at work today? How can I forgive myself and help myself the most today? And so I go on the day, and throughout the day, I say, Thy will be done. And I try my best to help other people. I have 4 sponsees, and I call many other people, and they call me, and I try to help them with the big book, exactly as the big book says, nothing from me. And then my intention is not about me anymore. It's that how can I be a better person for my future family, for whenever I get married, God willing, or whatever. How can I be the best man for that relationship? How can I be the best man for my family, for my dad, for everyone? And so that is how I do it. And at the end of the day, when I retire at night, before going to bed, I pray to God, and then I review my day. Where was I selfish? Where was I dishonest, etc. And with that, I pass. That's my
Wow.
experience.
Oh God, you guys hear that? And I want to go deeper. I can't really help I just love what you said, because I look at you and I have a 20-year-old son and I can't help him. He's a good boy. He's not doing anything wrong, but he's just being that guy. I know his thought life isn't what your thought life is, but I can't really help my son. He's not going to listen to I want him to think like that. I want him to walk and talk like us. He has to go out and live his life, but I can go and help someone else's son, someone else's husband. So this is amazing what you just shared with me, Habibi. We all love you, and we're just grateful that you're carrying this message. And you just said it, what you want. If you want that life, that wife, that beautiful experience, you can have it, but you have to work for it. And you never get a day off. Did everyone hear? This is what we're doing here. We're waking up each other, and this is what we're doing. I can't thank you enough. Okay, Lewis, our friend, come through.
Thank you so much. Some of it's actually going to piggyback on the last question that was mentioned. So I'm talking through, I'm here for my Hallmark holiday check-in. Somebody said to me the other day, actually it was this morning, asking 2 questions, which I think it's a good wake up, is what is the goal of recovery? What actions must we take to be given the gift of abstinence on a daily basis? So I'm looking, what does the book say? And the one that stands out to me into action on page 84:5 is, for by this time Stanley will have returned, we will seldom be interested in liquor. If tempted, we recoil from hot flame. That's my experience in other programs, not all of them. We react sanely normally, find it happen automatically. There's nothing that we did. It wasn't the amount of sponsees. It wasn't the amount of the phone calls. It just comes psychic change. So I'm just asking. So my answer, when I answered their question, they asked me, I said, the goal of recovery, happy, joyous, and free, God connection, helping others without crazy quotas. But, and just the other thing I just want to encourage is like, yes, love other people, love and tolerance is a code, but what about loving God? Like, that's actually demonstrated. Like, God, please let me love you. Let me seek you. Thank you for everything that you want me to be happy, joyous, and free, as I say in the chat. And please let me expand that love for you. And thank you and loving you. Thank you. I love you, God, or whatever you call God to be. So anyway, I'm just curious what comes up for you on living it in real life.
Wow, I love that, Lewis. And thank you so much for being part of the Noodle family always, and just sharing and seeking this power, because no one's looking for God. I know I've got an atheist on here. I know we've got an agnostic on here. And it's like, no one's looking for God. We're looking for this power of love. That's what this meeting is about, love. No one is here looking for God. We're looking for power, because some of us can't get out of bed. Some of us can't help but go to the fridge every 5 minutes. Some of us can't say no to alcohol, or that phone call, or that need to be right. So what does it mean for me? It means page 133. I am sure that God, which is love, wants me to be happy, joyous, and free. I mean, this is deep. That's why, like, you think we were created to be and work like we do and go to work for 9 to 5 and sit on the highway of hell? Every country has one. There's a big one in California. There's one here in Ontario. It's called the 401. It's called the highway of hell. It's not true, you guys. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to stop and smell the roses. We're here to get intimate with each other and look in each other's eyes. We're here to serve each other, wanting nothing in return. Look at the ants. They have no leader. They just help each other. Look at the birds in the tree. They don't worry. But yeah, we're supposed to run around like chickens with our head cut off. This is not reality. Some of you know I lost my job in COVID, and I'm never going back to that matrix. I could get a job and then I could have a car. It's easier for me to ride my bike. Come through, Chris.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, family. You're right. Lovely to see you as always, Cuzzy. And I was thinking, I've got my two little joys of recovery in the background, so I'm going to be guarded in what I say. I'm going to keep it child friendly. But so the most loving thing I can do for my wife today on Valentine's Day is practice these principles in my home, occupation, and affairs, and make sure I'm thinking of her needs and acting for her. And what that means for me today is when she comes home, make sure that hot water bottle is ready to go. She's there. She's to get her ready on that sofa. She can relax, put her feet up, make sure dinner's taken care of, make sure the kids are occupied, do bedtime and bath hour, just give my wife as much space as she wants, and park any hopes or notions of all that romantic stuff, because that's not what is the need for her today, you know. So that's love for me. That's my conception of love. My understanding of love is actually thinking of her and what she wants, and putting aside any kind of, you know, the romantic stuff. It's not the important stuff. The really important stuff is showing up for someone, being of service to them. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks so much.
No, Chris, before Cuzzy.
Cuzzy, yeah.
We're cousins, everybody, and we found this out just through this program. I mean, this is a miracle. His uncle in England is the brother to my dad. I mean, we just found this out. Anyway, what I want to say is, why do you have to continue to do these things for your wife? I want everyone to understand, Chris has been here 17 years in this room. And why do you have to continue to do this every day, all day?
Because we're still playing by the same rules. You know, I'm still working the same program as I when I walked in that first day. It's actually 19 years, but it's fine. But it's, you know, we're playing by the same rules. I was convinced that the steps would flip round once I got to step 12, and there'd be some other load of stuff I had to do. You know, it's like the Freemasons. You just keep going up, and it's not. We just keep on working it and doing a better job and deepening the understanding. And the stakes have got higher for me with family and kids and everything else. I've got to do it. I cannot take any chances with this thing. None whatsoever.
Thank you. And did everyone hear that? 19 years, almost 20 years, and we're going to do a pop-up meeting for your 20th, Chris. Is that you can't afford to take a day off?
No,
because I need to come to England.
Not an hour off.
Not an hour off. Not a moment off.
No. It's a knife edge. You know this.
Love you.
Yeah.
Miracles.
Can I just say, Nikki, you know on the miracle that we've experienced in terms of our family connection, it's not just the fact that we are connected by family. It's the connection that we have. That uncle that I was talking about, he's an epitome for me of a loving family member who steps up, takes responsibility, a big role model. For him to be the connection between us, for me, is very, very moving. You know, it's brought up a lot of things for me. So, as always, sending love to you and love to everyone in the movie.
Love you, Chris.
Love you.
Everyone,
love you.
If you're blotting out your consciousness, if you're high on cocaine, if you're high on bad love, if you're high on food, if you're high on the money, if you're high on social media, you're not going to be awake to see these miracles. You are not going to be awake to see these miracles. Okay, they're everywhere. Yeah, high on WhatsApp. Exactly. I scroll my life away, Lewis. Who's next? Just come through. Let me look here. I'm sorry. It's Dell. Please come through, Dell.
My name's Dell. I'm an alcoholic. Thanks to everyone for being here, making the meeting possible. And thanks for what you shared, Nikki, and what other people have shared, you know. And like you said, you know, this is an altruistic program. You know, it's giving back, not taking, you know. We've done all that our all life is we've took it and took more, manipulated people. I knew how to manipulate people without them even knowing they were getting manipulated, you know. And today what I have to do is give back. You know, like it says, most of us sense a real tolerance of other people's shortcomings and viewpoints and respect for their opinions or attitudes that make us more useful to others. Our very lives as ex-problem drinkers depend upon our constant thought of others and how we may meet their needs, you know. And like you said, the instructions are in the book, you know, and you follow the steps. And like it says, you know, it says on 89, I think it is, on 89, where it says, you know, practical experience shows nothing will so much as ensure immunity from alcohol as working with other alcoholics, you know. And like it says, you know, to see them recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, to see a fellowship grow up about us. These are experiences you must not miss. We know that you will not want to miss it, you know. And yeah, that's what I do today, day and night. Whenever I'm on a meeting, I'm helping. And it's carrying the message out of the meetings as well. You know, when I'm in the supermarket, being pleasant, reaching the shelves for people who can't reach, stuff like that. Smile, open the door, drive a little bit more careful, and let people out. All these different things contribute, you know, and that's what I do today. And thanks, everyone. I'll leave it there.
Del, you're a bright spot in our day. I can just feel your love and your energy. This is all energy based and you can feel it. It's like saying hi at the grocery store. Now in Canada, we have a lot of those self-checkout. I won't go to them. I'll go to the human, look in the eye. And I love what you said, Del. It's only through intensive work. Some of you are on here going, what book are we talking about? The big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. They're going to hide instructions for life in this book. We couldn't find it in the Torah. You can't find it in the Quran. You couldn't find it in your Bible. You couldn't find it on your yoga mat. You couldn't find it on your therapy sessions. You couldn't find it in the Center for Health and Addiction. You can't find it in your doctor's office. We found these instructions. And when things go bad, and I don't know if it's like that for you, Del, but it's for me, even my book fails. So just like we saw our friend Del, he didn't have his book in front of him. You could see it's a working part of his mind. Get reprogrammed. Remember when they had pagers? They don't work anymore. Remember when they had payphones? You can't even find one. That system doesn't work. Get a new system. Get reprogrammed. Wake up. We are all trying to ascend into a higher vibration of love. It's radical. Okay. We're going to get to who's next. Anna Swar, are you there? And
I'm
then
here.
Carol,
Yeah.
come through.
Hi. Thank you for this amazing meeting, Nikki and everybody. I'm Anna Swara. I'm gratefully recovering with all of you. And my disease is in my mind. And page 135 says, first things first, live and let live. Easy does it. And this is what God is teaching me in recovery, to relax, to live and let live. And this is how I can stay connected to love. And I'm not used to doing that, right? Because my disease has me, thinking. And oh man, yesterday was I thinking, because do you know where I live, everybody? I live in Washington, D.C., literally. Oh my God. And you all, I don't know, some countries have seen this before, but I haven't seen what's happening here. Oh my God. Boy, do I need this program and all of you and God and love. So God is keeping me grounded, and you are all keeping me grounded in love. And the prayers that Nikki read, those are keeping me grounded in love. They save me along with the 12 steps and along with being connected to all of you. So thank you. I'm really grateful to be here.
I want to tell you, Anna Swar, I see a promise on you. It's on page 64 of our big book. It says, when the spiritual malady is overcome, we
God.
straighten out physically and mentally. I can see that on you. Everybody.
Thank you, God.
Yeah, I love you. Love you, Anna
Thank
Swara.
you, God. Thank you for saying that. God bless you. God bless you all.
I can see that on you, Anna Swara. I'm going to say why, because here it is. Anna Suar just lost her precious daddy recently, right?
Yep.
Just recently.
It'll be in 2 days. It'll be a month. And I'm going to see my mom today. I'm going to drive 4
miracles, because she drives you crazy too.
And you know what? My dad was an addict. He did have the disease of the ism, and he was suffering. And my dad would have lived. He loved life. And the way that he died was really tragic. But now my dad is with Jesus, we believe, and where there's no pain. I don't know what dimension he's in, but he's feeling no pain right now.
Listen, this life is pain. So Anna Suara, thank you. Keep trucking away. And I want to read some prayers, so just mute, please. Here it is. The other thing is what Anna Suara said right now, too. We are in a crazy time, and I'm guilty of it. Page 133. Do not indulge in the cynicism over the state of the nations. Everyone, get your world real small, because it's real big out there. And so shrink it down and say these prayers daily. Please remove all negative energies, negative realities, and negative intentions from ourselves, our families, our lineage, and all of humanity throughout all time. Transform all these energies into love. Let your love fill us all throughout all time. Shield us and protect us from all negativity. Lead us, guide us, and direct us. Your life, your light, your protection, now and forever. This is radical stuff, everybody. And if you're here and you're like, well, she just said that word, Jesus. We don't care. Get your own God. We're here, a bunch of people who don't care what God you love. We just want you to love something called love. Okay, Carol, come through, and then we're going to get out of here and enjoy our days.
Oh, Nikki, thank you. And everybody, thank you for the most incredible meeting. You know, I'm a grateful recovering marijuana addict from South Africa, and I've recently just moved to Germany. And, you know, I hit 1 year and 1 month clean and sober for the first time in 42 years. And it's amazing, you know, this program just brings so much self-awareness, you know, the awareness that my illness tells me, A, I don't have an illness, and B, when I put down the substance, that the substance was the symptom, that this was really the problem. So I'm actually, this meeting is, and I reached out first, you know, because asking for help is not, you know, part of our disease is we're not really good at asking for help. You know, the ego says, oh, I've got this, I can sort it out myself. Or, oh, I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to be helped. So by the grace of God, I reached out because I had such a shitty day at work, and I got triggered by a colleague that I literally felt all of my demons coming out. And I walked out of work today for the first time in over a year and went, oh God, I could use a joint. And the warning bells just went off. So I am so grateful for this meeting. I haven't heard a share or a talk, Nikki, like this ever. So I wish you and all of you the most amazing Valentine's Day. Because as you say, the kingdom of heaven is within. Grand organized design, or however God is for you, is just that we need to create this heaven on earth. And we do that with our thinking, our feeling, and our actions. And I personally, you know, I've meditated and I've been through this spiritual program and that spiritual program, and all my disease did was progress. And when I found the rooms 2 years ago, the only thing that has worked are these 12 steps. So I am so grateful to all of you, God warriors. That is such a good term, because that's exactly what you are. And thank you so much for this meeting.
Everybody, get Carol K on your God Squad, and get into our God Squad in our group too, because we need each other. We can't do this alone. And if everyone's like, where are the normal people? They're right here. Where are the weirdos? We're right here. Where is my spaceship? Right here. We have found each other. If no one understands me, no one gets me. We do. We get you. You're home. Okay. Carolyn, come through, and then we're going to be done for the day. I think I'll pray us out after, and maybe Haley, you'll pop on and tell me how much you love me. Come on. That's my daughter, not you guys.
Hi, Nikki. My name's Caroline. I'm an alcoholic and addict. Thank you so much for this meeting. I just wanted to say that my marriage was like in tatters. Like before I got sober, I was like, we were about to sign divorce papers and we were separated. And now my husband and I have just celebrated 13 years of marriage, and I'm so happy that my family has just recovered and I've recovered, and my marriage is a beautiful thing. I'm so excited to see my husband tonight. He's been away all week in London, and yeah, I feel so grateful, and it's because of this program, and it's because I found a higher power. I didn't have faith in anything else before. No, it's just so beautiful. My life is amazing now, and it's all to do with finding God. And I love this radical message that you have, Nikki. I listen to your podcasts, and I just love hearing what you have to say. So I am, yeah, I'm just going to say, sending love to everyone. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for letting me share.
Wow, Carolyn. Okay, anybody listening to this podcast at a later date, if you could see this angel on the camera glowing, lit up, and just smiling when she said, I can't wait for my husband to get home. And they were going to be divorced. You understand, everybody. Work. Don't throw out your husband like an old poster. Work for the people you love. Don't throw out people. Work on them. Work on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Keep working. This power is inside of you. You are never going to find it anywhere else except inside of you. Habibi, are you coming in to raise your hand real quick? I just said Carolina was done, but come in here. Hawk me.
Hello,
hawk
everyone.
me.
So the topic is love, right? I'm a member of
Quickly.
Fulfill Anonymous. So I love you so much, and I love you all. The thing is, simple as that. The secret and the solution for me today is keep sponsoring. That's the things that help me today, actually. And through this, I'm checking every day where I'm living and calling for the defects or the principles. So if I'm living with the principles today, I love everyone. I'm pure, I'm kind, I'm in love. If I'm living with calling for the defects, that's really bad. So I have struggles, obsessive mind, like work, shit only. So I don't want to be in calling for. And in addition to God will, I'm living with God will or self will. And that's how it goes. If I'm with God today, I'm connected with God. And all these kind of things, it happens whenever I'm sponsoring, repeating the steps with someone. And that's how I'm getting better. And I'm still learning. And I become love to learn. And I love this meeting. I love
You
you
okay?
all.
Can I interrupt you real quick? This guy found me on a meeting. He took me hostage in a good way. He said, Nikki, you have to sponsor me. I said, okay, you have to sponsor people in your country. And this guy's creating a fellowship. We just heard from your sponsee, my grandbaby. I love you. You restored my faith. Again, this is how sponsoring, when they say men stick with men and women stick with women. No, they don't. It says we, men and women of Alcoholics Anonymous, because you helped me restore my faith in men again. I restored your faith in women. You have a better overstanding of your wife, of your children. I have a better overstanding of my son, of my lovers, of my people, this is what we do. You are a bright spot. Why don't you pray us out? Because I know you love us so much. Go ahead and pray out in your language. Anybody can sponsor anybody. Yes, you, in any language. Remember, we had to Google half the words because you
So you
speak.
want me to make it in Arabic words?
Yes, we do. We want you to pray over us in the mother tongue. I'm Lebanese, okay?
Alrighty, Allah, that's God. يا رب امنحنا السكينة لنتقبل الأشياء التي لا نستطيع تغييرها والشجاعة لتغيير الأشياء التي نستطيع تغييرها والحكمة لمعرفة الفرق بينهم. مواظبة يا جماعة، برنامج شغال إذا اشتغلنا. Thank you.
Amen.
Wow.
And I want to say one more thing. Miss Haley, do you want to unmute real quick and just tell my family here how much we love each other? Or are you on still? Did you have to go to work?
Hi, Mom. I'm here.
Hi, baby. Do you want to say any? Oh, there she is. You didn't put we're both wearing pink.
I know, we're matching.
Can you just say what this program has done for us? And you're not even in it. Tell us.
I swore off my mother 10 years ago and packed my bags and moved out of the country because I didn't want to be near her. And it's been a long process, but this process really does work. And the change, not only in my mom, but in me, has been profound. And the more and more that I listen to her, she's always right. Um, but really taking these principles and applying them to my life and to my relationship with my mom. And we're in a place that I never, ever thought we would be. And I'm just so grateful to God every single day. I love you so much, Mom.
I love you too, baby. So everybody, thanks for coming on, Miss Haley, and your pink. Pretty in pink. Everybody, this is the greatest day of our life. Every day's Valentine's Day. Don't believe those commercial holidays. You know how to find the Noodle family. There's a big book out there. Stay, help everyone you love. You don't have to believe in anything but love. Everyone, today is the greatest day of our life.